Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne. This is my video coaching newsletter, and the topic of today's newsletter is going to be if you're not sleeping together, you're just friends. Well, this particular email is from a viewer who looks like he allowed his girlfriend to change the terms of their relationship into a platonic one, and he doesn't seem to have realized it yet. So apparently, she comes from a broken home, has tons of guy friends, and they broke up over her guy friends because she won't set boundaries with them. In other words, she's like, I'm an independent woman, you're being controlling. And so this is what happens. Girls that grow up without fathers didn't get attention from her dad growing up, and so she seeks it through multiple men and often has a Frankenstein boyfriend project going, which includes a boyfriend usually. And then there's other guys she may be talking to or potentially hooking up with, or guys she potentially will monkey branch to if she gets rid of the primary guy. And so they're still together, but they don't have physical intimacy anymore. And he's basically got friend zone and doesn't even realize it. So he says, hey, Coach, I'm Bob from India. I've read your book about 11 to 12 times and watched literally more than 300 to 400 of your videos, and I watch them regularly as the new ones are uploaded. He says, so here goes. My girlfriend and I have been together since February of 2021, and early into the relationship, or even before the relationship, she used to do all the pursuing and was super into me. I didn't know about your work then, but I was just doing things right somehow. Probably because you weren't super into her. It's easy for most guys to do more things right than wrong when they don't really care. They're not that into the girl. But when they're dating somebody they really like and really knocks their socks off, they typically completely change and treat the woman different than the women that they're not that into. The key is, as I talk about in 3% Man, you got to treat them all the same. Let them be the ones to win you over and do all the calling, texting, and pursuing, because they will, as long as you treat them right and they're normal and healthy women. The women just naturally are chasers. Even though if you got a room full of women together and ask them that, they all go, oh no, I want the man to chase me. Men are supposed to be the pursuers. Well, men pursue in the beginning to start the courtship, but it's the women who pick up the baton and run with it. In the old movies, 50, 60, 70 years ago, the women were always chasing the most eligible bachelors, trying to get them to settle down and have babies. And nowadays, you see the exact opposite. And so you got a whole society that's basically brainwashed into dysfunctional archetypes, and they behave the way that they get propagandized by, and it repulses each other. She said she loves me and asked to be exclusive, and while we were in a hotel together here in India, sex before marriage is still a big thing. I'm her first lover, or so you think. We used to go to hotels almost regularly, and she used to lie to her mom that she was going to her friend's house for a night stay. Point being, she was enamored by me and was very open to me both physically and mentally. She's the type to get attached very easily, so naturally she got super attached to me. Her relationship with her father is non-existent. Her father lives with the family, but is just not in their lives at all. And she's told me as well that she doesn't want her man to be like her father. It's just her mom, brother, and herself. So even though dad's physically present in the house, he's emotionally and mentally checked out and it is somewhere else. The lights are on, but nobody's home. So he might as well be a lampshade. Anyway, things were going super well. We were hanging out, having fun, and hooking up regularly, and she was just so into me and open to me. Then, 6 months into our relationship, her mom was suspicious that she was lying, and so she checked her phone and read our sex chats, and me telling her that I forgot my underwear in the hotel room, which obviously, like I said, oh, this is a big thing here in India. How do you forget your underwear in a hotel room? Maybe, if you brought a suitcase, you left an extra pair there, but how do you go into a fucking hotel room to hook up and then leave? Oh, shit, I forgot my underwear. It's like, how does that happen? Just curious. What made me super mad at her was that she knew her mom knew her password, but she thought her mom would never check her phone. Big shock. Me being the logical person told her how stupid can someone be as to have nukes in the drawer and keep it unlocked for the world to come and take it from you. I don't know if it was right or wrong to scold her, but I did it. Well, it was probably better to say something than nothing at all, because that is pretty stupid, especially if she's deceiving her parents. It's very piss poor operational security. Her mother then obviously wanted to meet me, so I did meet her and made a good impression. She allowed us to be in a relationship, but told her no more hotels, XYZ, probably no more hanky-panky, no more hooking up or whatever. That's where our hookup part ended. Okay, well, that's where your relationship ended, because then you just became friends after that. And from then on, it was just hang out, have fun. I kind of resented her for being so stupid, but then eventually got over it. It's like, well, you were friends. You were no longer lovers. There was no intimacy in our relationship after that for a while, until things calmed down, which took some months. This was the post-COVID era, so she was working from home, and ever since we got into a relationship, I was the only guy she talked to. The rest were her girlfriends. Well, as far as you know. I loved that and knew she loved me, so I kind of overlooked the hookup part, as 2 of my childhood friends got pregnant even while using a raincoat. And our situation was also kind of out of both of our hands, so I wanted to calm things to calm down a bit. Yeah, you got friend zoned. Fast forward to late 2023, her office called employees to work from office twice a week. Naturally, she went and started making friends there. Guys being guys, we get close to her, try to be friends with her. That's where we stop seeing eye to eye. So again, this is what happens. Even though the dad's at home, she has no relationship with him. He taught her nothing. I started getting jealous as I knew what their intentions were, so no intimacy, and her suddenly having so many guy friends and having a complete naive view about their intentions made me mad. Well, the other thing is, the reason why you're unable to get her to comply with keeping these guys at a distance is because you're no longer sleeping with her. She just views you as a friend, and so she doesn't respect you as a man, and so that's why she doesn't give a damn what your opinion is. To top it all off, I had her Snapchat logged into my phone. She gave it to me herself as she was going out of town and wanted me to maintain streaks with her friends, and I agreed. That's so soy. Can you imagine? I mean, this just sounds very childish and immature. I went through her chat with one of her childhood school male friends and read their sex chats, and it was mainly her doing it naturally, and I was stunned. So she's not having sex with you, stopped having sex with you years ago, and she's talking about sex with male friends. So we know she's a liar because she lied to her mom constantly. And you thought, well, she's just covering up for us. And then you find out, oh, she's lying to me too. Character's destiny. I confronted her when she came back, and she maintained that they're just weird. Oh, she maintained that we are just friends, and that was a joke. He says, come on, bro. Although I believe they are just friends now, as the guy at that time had a serious girlfriend, is married now. But I can't believe that. So she maintained that we are just friends. I don't know if he's referring, or she's talking about this guy and her are just friends, or the supposed boyfriend and her are just friends. I told her to stop any interactions with him, especially personal ones, but she can go out with when all of her friends are there as well. She rebelled, said she won't do any of that, and that guy will remain her friend and will be in her life. Me being fed up with that, I ended things, which came as a shock to her. She begged me not to and said she will remove him now even if we don't stay together, which she did. The strongest negotiating position is being able to walk away and mean it. She also told her friends about this, and they took my side, saying I wasn't wrong. Well, it's clear she's just being disloyal, and that's not a behavior you excuse. She lied to cover up your relationship to her mother, and she lied about her true interactions with these supposed guy friends. So from that point forward, you catch her in multiple lies and multiple deceptions. That's who she is. That's not somebody I would want to be exclusive with. And in this case, she stopped sleeping with him 2 years ago, so what does it really matter? They're just friends anyways, and he's just not realizing it. We got back together after a week as she begged me to, and I also didn't want to lose her over something that's not even there anymore. And after that, our relationship just wasn't the same. Too many fights, arguments, etc. Then came her office friends, and same thing happened. I told her to maintain a healthy distance, and she said she won't. I broke up again, and she said okay, and didn't even ask me to stay. And at that point, she lost all attraction. I was just being a whiny beta male. It was easy for her to let me go as she had lost all attraction and attachment to me. Yep, she had checked out a long time ago. We broke up, and I was hooking up a lot with prostitutes and also girls I could get, but mainly prostitutes. I know, not a good thing. I stopped after I realized this was not the way to cope with this. Yeah. After 5 months of no contact, and after I stopped hooking up with prostitutes, I sent her a text. She replied, and I asked her to meet me. She agreed. While together, she told me she's seeing some guy at the office. Oh, big shock. Wasn't in a relationship with him, but just going with the flow. He was pursuing her, and she, in an attempt to get over me, was entertaining that. She'd always been entertaining that. Nothing stopped. It's just now she's just admitting that the friends from the office are actually a little more than friends. Character's destiny. You're not going to fix this girl. You're not going to change her. She doesn't respect you. Loyalty doesn't mean anything. She'll look you right in the eye and lie to her. She's been practicing that with her family her whole life. You got to see reality as it is, and unfortunately, you're seeing it as better than it is. But as Ayn Rand said, you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. She told me she spent countless nights crying over me, and we had an emotional heart-to-heart, but still disagreed about guy friends. Well, your values are in conflict, and again, she doesn't respect you or like you enough to do anything to change her behavior. She just knows she can bullshit you for a bit, tell you what you want to hear, and then when it looks like the coast is clear, she'll just go right back to doing the same thing. She's consistently done that. She wanted me to trust her and leave her be. She will make the right decisions and won't let any guy get out of line. That's when I came across your work. Having read your book and watched your videos about guy friends, it solidified my view even more. I stood my ground and she stood hers. We both decided that it was a lost cause and we should just move on. I went no contact this time, reading your book and watching hundreds of your videos to sleep diligently. I had made up my mind that this was it. To my surprise, she reached out to me after a month and a half. And after things with the other guy, or after ending things with the other guy, probably he wasn't stimulating her emotions enough, she came back to me. But I had a mindset shift at that point. I was just focused on the 3 H's. Hang out, have fun, and hook up. With the mindset that if she asks to be exclusive, I'll draw my line with no guy friends and take it or leave it attitude. And you got to be having sex. It's ridiculous to be friends with a girl and not be having sex with her. But act like you're in a relationship. Meanwhile, she's entertaining all of the men at the office and going out on dates. And you're buying her bullshit excuse that, oh, it's just friends. She asked to be exclusive and agreed to having no personal interaction with any guy, only group interactions in the office and office-related work. I found this reasonable, as she can't choose who to work with and accept it. Well, we know that she lies and she says things she doesn't mean, so I would never expect her to honor that commitment. Our relationship was good after this, and with me now aware of your work, was doing more things right than wrong. Then came her office promotion and her exam, and she had to study for the said promotion. She just completely got focused on that, which I supported her on, but she had no time for us, and we were barely meeting. Basically, 3 months of not talking for days and meeting for weeks. Yeah, again, dude, you were friend zone. There's nothing going on here. Meanwhile, I had asked her out for a hotel stay twice. She said yes, but not right now. Some excuses, and never brought it up again. Yeah, you're her gay male girlfriend, dude. Your relationship ended 2 years ago, and you just have not been willing to admit what's going on. And then her friend wanted us to go on a double date, and I agreed to it. We made a date, time, and venue, but she had this extra care and biases towards her friends, and she just always cares about them more. Well, that's because she doesn't give a shit about you. That's what you're ignoring. I know you say you read the book a bunch, which is great, but you're ignoring the fact that she has low to no interest in you at all. You're not lovers. You're just simply platonic friends. And occasionally you get together and hang out and she allows you to buy her dinner or whatever it is that you do for her. But you ain't getting no pussy anymore. So your relationship ended a couple years ago, dude. You're still stuck in the past and stuck in this fantasy as if you guys are together, but it ended a long time ago. This time as well, on the day of our plans, she was on my ass telling me to come a bit early, even though she knew I couldn't, then saying she'll go meet them alone and I can come join them. That frustrated me a lot and I canceled the plans. Yeah, if she's not going to wait for you, fuck her. You're not getting late anyways. So now, after her exams, promotions, and this friends scene, I could see they were just not close. I tried opening her up and asking her what she wants and what's wrong. I tried getting out of her 3 or 4 separate times, and she said nothing, and everything's fine every time. I told her this isn't how relationships work, and we need to communicate and spend time with each other and actually be in each other's life. So again, this tells me you're doing all the pursuing. You're doing all the chasing after. It never got back to the way it was in the very beginning, where she was doing all the pursuing. Probably because even though you read the book, you were unable to apply it. You were unable to control yourself and your emotions and your actions. And you continued pursuing and chasing, seeking her attention and validation, and basically acting like a chick. And meanwhile, she continues to hang out with dudes from the office. She doesn't want to spend any time with you, so she's clearly seeing and probably fucking somebody else. She will also leave the country for 11 months and will have to do long distance. Don't do it. There's nothing between you guys. It ended 2 years ago. I know that's probably harsh to hear, but that's the truth, dude. And then she's asking us to get married after her brother comes back. It's like, yeah, I don't think so. You guys don't see each other. You don't spend time together. You don't fuck. She doesn't even want to hang out. And on top of that, you're acting like a girl chasing after her, and she's giving you nothing. I'd be like, marriage? Like, what are you talking about, marriage? We don't even see each other. We don't sleep together. There's nothing going on between us. That's what I'd be saying. But again, you're all wrapped up in this fantasy of the way it used to be, and you're completely delusional because you don't accept reality. I agreed. I've been in no contact ever since, and I don't plan on contacting her. Am I doing the right thing? Well, there's nothing going on between you guys. So the fact that you went no contact and she never reached out tells me that you were doing 100% of the pursuing since you got back together, and she's making no effort. She didn't want to see you. And it's like, you're not applying what's in the book at all. You're completely doing the opposite of it. It's also her birthday month, but I want her to reach out and make efforts, and I'll just focus on setting dates. Thanks for the wisdom, Coach, although I still have a long way to go. Hopefully you make a video on this, as I would really like your input. Well, if I were you, dude, I'd be reading the book and applying it and meeting and dating other women. And don't call or contact her for any reason. You got to follow what's in 7 Principles to get an expect, but quite frankly, I wouldn't get back together with her. She's not loyal. She doesn't respect you. She's leaving for 11 months. It's like, hey, hit me up when you're back in the country. And if I'm still single and available, maybe we can go out on a date. That's all I can promise. That would be my attitude. Stop talking to her on the phone. Stop chasing her. Stop, again, you said you're in no contact, so that needs to be forever. Read the article and video and watch the video, 7 Principles to Get an Ex Back, and actually follow what it says. And get back and read the book and apply what's in the book, because you've completely done the opposite. I'm surprised that you read the book as many times as you said you did, and you still think you actually had a relationship with this girl. You were just her friend, and you occasionally saw her, and as soon as you stopped reaching out, you haven't heard anything. It's clear she's over you. She doesn't care about you. She's clearly dating and fucking somebody else that's not you. And so you got to accept that reality and move on with your life. And if she ever does reach out in the future, you can invite her over to your place, hang out, have fun, hook up. I don't know, maybe you live with your parents, but you got to have a place. You got to have a place where sex and intimacy can happen. So if you got a question or a challenge and you want to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com. Click the coaching tab at the top of your screen on any page of my website and book a coaching session with yours truly. If you haven't already signed up for our premium exclusive members only content, in the video description of this video, there are links to join on YouTube, or you can join on Spotify or our website, understandingrelationships.com. Just click the plans tab when you get there. Sign up for a 7-day free trial, and if you choose an annual plan, you can get a 25% discount for paying the whole year's premium up front. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.